Wunderbar. Ugly Kid Joe gerade live bei uns im Studio. The Enemy haben wir gehört. Und hier vorne steht's, das brandneue Album Uglier Than They Used to Be. Und jetzt freue ich mich, dass wir eine Runde quatschen können. Zum einen, na klar, Whit Crane ist hier und Klaus Eisstadt. Und jetzt wollen wir ein bisschen über das aktuelle Album selbstverständlich sprechen. Wir können theoretisch mit Klaus auch Deutsch sprechen, aber ich werde, damit Whit natürlich alles versteht, werden wir auf Englisch selbstverständlich vor allem erstmal anfangen. Man, after 19 years, you're back. The new full-length album is here. How does it feel, guys? And where the hell have you guys been?
It feels good. We made, it's right here.
Yeah.
It's called Uglier Than They Used to Be. We made it with Dave Fortman in Covington, Louisiana. And it feels good. You know, it feels good to birth things creatively. And I think we made a fantastic album.
Yeah, you just said Dave, he was producing the whole album. Let's just maybe talk a little bit about the creation. Okay. Was it a long process? Because I believe it was done with the help of crowdfunding, is that right?
Right. We did it through Pledge Music.
Yeah.
We did it through Pledge Music, and that's, you can go first person basically to your fan base, and they can invest in in music that does not exist and help you actually finance it, which is fantastic because there's no. We didn't have any financial infrastructure, but we did track it in Covington, Louisiana with Dave Fortman, who's our guitar player and producer. Yeah. And we did it in 21 days and in a row. And we tracked 13-hour days. And it was a lot of work, but it was joyous for sure. Like, we like being, and plus, and you say that, we have been gone for a long time. So to be in the room with everybody and to be creative with all the other people that were involved in this, it was a great experience, and it sounds like that.
What I find really interesting, because on the album there's actually a 7-member lineup, which is called, I think you call it the Seven-Headed Monster. So there's like a lot of talent in the room. Who'd you team up with for this album? Who was involved?
Well, we used the 95 lineup plus 2, so that would include Shannon Larkin on drums, as well as Zach Morris on drums, our touring drummer. That would include Sonny Mayo, Klaus Eichstadt, Dave Fortman on guitar. That would include myself and Cordell. Is that everybody?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. And then, but we actually had we have an 8th member that we adopted, but we had everyone tracked in Covington, Louisiana, except for Phil Campbell from Motorhead. He's the guitar player for Motorhead, and we flew.
That's incredible.
It's insane. So we flew 3 tracks to Wales, where Phil's son has a studio. Yeah. And Phil, he came back to his homeland in Wales and tracked. And he wailed, yeah. He played on 3 songs. He played the first lead in My Old Man. He, of course, ripped the lead in Ace of Spades. And then I think the opus on this record, it's not a single, but the opus, like the most badass song we've ever created, is called Under the Bottom. And Phil Campbell rips a lead on that. It's beautiful.
So actually, you have the original Ace of Spades is on the album.
Yeah,
wow. Maybe we can just quickly listen to it, because I just put up the Amazon page, because this is actually an album Uglier Than They Used to Be, and just so that the viewers can really hear that. Here's the song that we've just been talking about. Here's song number 9, Ace of Spades, with the original Motorhead guitars. Just quickly listen into that track. I think it's unbelievable. Can we hear it? Hören wir es im Studio? Ace of Spades, definitiv auf dem Album mit dabei. 9 original songs, but there's also, as we said, there's a few cover songs on it as well. But there's another one. Papa Was a Rolling Stone, which is also on the album, right?
Yeah, we actually did a tour about 1.5 years ago to Australia and New Zealand, and I stayed in Australia after the tour was over. I stayed there with Sonny Mayo, a guitar player, the guitar player in Ugly Kid Joe, and we met this band, Dallas Frasca, and Dallas is the female singer. She's fantastic, and this little teeny guitar player named Jeff Kern, who is the best vibe ever. And we connected with those guys, and we got studio time, and we just went ahead and tracked. We went to the studio, didn't have a song in mind, but when we got there, we said, let's just do that. We did the Rare Earth version. So we had that in our back pocket, and as we're birthing this new album, I talked it over with everybody, and they're, why don't you put it on there? Why don't you share that music? Yeah. Which I think is the right thing to do. So
I found a home for it.
Yeah, we found a home
for it.
Yeah.
You guys have just finished a UK tour, I think, with 2 shows at the Underworld in London. Maybe just talk to Klaus a little bit. How did the fans react? Was there a lot of new material you guys were playing there?
We played, we played a lot of stuff actually off Stairway to Hell, Stairway to Hell, and the new one. We total of about 5 or 6 new songs, and remarkably good crowd. I mean, it seemed like people knew it already. People were literally the days before downloading it and learning the stuff.
It was also
they were singing along.
Sold out in London.
Yeah.
At the
it
place,
sold out
right?
the first show, and then the second one just about sold out. I think maybe 4 tickets were left. I counted. So
just maybe talking about maybe a tour in Germany. Is there something coming up? Because tomorrow actually you're going to be playing. That's a special event in Cologne at the Rock Pit.
Right. Yes.
Tomorrow night.
But it's an acoustic thing.
It's an acoustic set.
And it's a little mixture of Richard Crane and Ugly Kid Joe, all mashed up, and so we're doing that. But and there's no tour of Germany as of yet, but we'd love to come play Germany.
You have to. You have to. People have been waiting for you guys for the last 19 years for the new album.
Well, we got to go. We got to play. Wie sagt man, Wacken?
Wacken, ja klar.
A couple of years ago, and that was pretty insane.
Woher sprichst du eigentlich so gut Deutsch? Hast du
mein
Familie?
Vater ist von Kiel, er ist
okay.
eigentlich Deutsch, aber ich bin Amerikaner, aber mein Vater hat immer mit mir Deutsch gesprochen, als ich jung war, also zweisprachig auch.
Das Witzige ist, man hört ein bisschen das Schleswig-Holsteinische. Doch, das hört man bei dir. Das hört man definitiv, dass der Vater aus Kiel kommt. But maybe another interesting project with Whit and Lee Richards. We're going to see you guys playing in the next couple of minutes again. There's a new project going on called Richards Crane plus a new album. Tell us more about joining forces with Lee. What's the project? Or what's the project called actually?
It's called Richards Crane, Richard/Crane. That's Lee Richards and myself. And I met Lee in 2007 when we made a band called Another Animal. Yeah. We made a really great record, and we connected in that experience. So fast forward, a couple of years later, I was in Costa Rica thinking about songs and thinking about singing songs. Yeah. That's what I want to do, sing songs, lots of songs. So I called Lee in Boston, and I got some communication with him, and I said, hey, man, do you want to do that? You got to, because I know he has an arsenal of music inside him. So he tracked some songs, and I showed up, and we manifested the first Richard Crane self-titled record. It's out now on all your usual, what would you have, like iTunes?
Platforms?
Yeah, all your usual platforms.
Okay.
It exists, right? And then so Richard Crane just opened up the Ugly Kid Joe shows in Europe, and that's an interesting discipline for me because I've never sung an acoustic set. Like it was a foreign conceptual to me. We also have another guitar player that's not here. His name is Tim McMillan. He's from Australia. He's fantastic. So, it's time to get to work and put out a lot of music and tour. That's the quest for all bands, and that's what you got to do now anyway. With the record labels, it's all dead, so you need to get to work and get out there.
You have to get out there.
That's right.
And then show yourself to the people. Actually, I like the song really a lot, Richards Crane, featuring Miles Kennedy. It's called Black and White. The video is finished. You guys shot it in London. And there's a lot of cameos in that video. It's unbelievable. Let me just quickly I'll show the audience that video. That's you, actually. And there you are.
In this exact outfit.
Is it the exact outfit?
I only have one outfit.
Just quickly listen into it for a second.
And the only way to get it back is to free your mind. You might find that better men are crumble beneath the weight of life. Unless a man would never try. Stumbling along, trying to reach the light.
Train, Black and White. Aber wir wollen selbstverständlich die Jungs gleich nochmal einen richtig geilen Song von Ugly Kid Joe hier bei uns im Studio spielen hören. Aber bevor das kommt, nochmal ein kurzer Song von ihrem aktuellen Album. Es gibt nämlich ein Lyric-Video. Thank you guys so much. We're going to hear you play in another couple of minutes. All the best for the album, and hopefully we're going to see you on a really, really big tour here in Germany in the next couple of months, hopefully. And we don't want to wait another 19 years for Ugly Kid Joe. Thanks a lot, Whit.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Klaus. Und jetzt nochmal für euch ganz kurz vom aktuellen Album. Hier sind sie, Ugly Kid Joe. Und dann gleich nochmal live bei uns im Studio. Thanks.